Hey everyone, welcome to another awesome week. Thank you again so much for serving. You guys are absolutely amazing. This week we are in February, week 2, and we are talking about the woman at the well, or the woman of Samaria that Jesus goes and talks to. And it's all about how everyone matters, right? Everyone matters to God. And so it's how the bottom line today is show others that they matter, okay? And so we're going to be following Jesus' example in this one, where we're showing everyone around us that they matter and that we notice things about them, okay? So the first one, you are going to go ahead and start with a storyline, okay? And this storyline is just an opening activity for the kids to really get their minds working and everything. But what you're going to do is, as the kids start arriving and stuff, start with once, and then they have to go with like upon, and then the next one is like a time or something like that, and continue the storyline one word at a time. And so each kid will get to say one word to add to the storyline. And so, like, you know, if I say Johnny, the next kid can say went, the next kid can say to, and then so on and so forth, and make it into a fun storyline, okay? That'll be a really good just warm-up activity for them. This next one, we are going to do a activity where all the kids line up in a circle and they're all facing each other to start. Then you want them to really focus and study as much as they can pick up on each other, okay? So that would be like, and you don't have to tell them this at first, but it can be something like what they're wearing, or the colors of their shoes, or the colors of their shirts, or their hair look for that day, something like that, okay? And what you're gonna do is then everyone will turn around all at the same time to where no one can see anyone. They're all facing outside of the circle. And then you're going to say, raise your hand if you noticed someone wearing a red shirt. And then whoever noticed someone wearing a red shirt can raise their hand and see if they get a point for getting it correct. So they can say, I saw Jimmy wearing a red shirt behind me, or whatever. And so if there's any peeking or anything, then have them be completely out for the next 2 rounds or something like that. These kids go way too crazy and try to cheat on, like, all of them, at least the guys do. And so feel free to do that. Be like, guys, nope, you already get out because you looked and all that stuff. And then we're going to go off to large group, and we're going to find a story of how Jesus showed this woman that she mattered, right? So she, of course, wasn't even thinking that Jesus was going to talk to her at the well at all, because they don't, Jews and Samaritans don't talk to each other. But Jesus showed up and said, I see you, I know who you are, and I want to have that relationship with you. And so that was really cool. Then you go watch that video, come back. Either you or one of the kids can find the Bible verse, found the Bible story that we just found in John 4. Once you find that, we want you to read it as the small group leader or your junior leader that's around you. And while you're doing that, these kids will be hopping around, okay? Like literally just hopping in place while you're reading it. Now, then you're going to explain to them that every time you say the word Jesus or the name Jesus, then they have to switch to do something else that you tell them to do. And so they can start out as hopping. Then once you hit that first Jesus, they can switch to push-ups or something like that. Just keep them really energized as they reread that story together with you, okay? And then there are a couple of different questions in the what you say section of that piece. And so make sure you look at those as well, because those are really important. This next activity page, you're going to have this. And with this, it is who is in your circle, okay? And so you have a couple of different layers here. People who live with you, friends, classmates, teammates, all of that stuff. Have them think of at least 3 people that can go into each circle, okay? And so at least 3 that can go into each circle. Then you're going to kind of break down how we can minister to these people. And so in the what you say section, there are some more questions on how can we show them like that they matter. So how can we show my mom who lives with me how she matters? How can we show my classmate Jimmy how he matters, right? How can we show the love of Jesus, in other words, to those kids? And so use that, and then keep these because we use them in the prayer activity too. Okay, this next activity, you will have a couple of strings, and then you will also have these little flag cards. And these are going to be in 2 different colored for 2 different teams, basically. And so you'll split up your group into 2 different teams to where they can play this activity together and race. And it's the memory verse activity. So what they can do is you guys can look up together the Micah 6:8. Remember, it's in the Old Testament, so it may be a little harder for them to find, but help them find it in their Bibles. Go through it again together as a group, and then you'll split them into the 2 teams, have this string, like you can have 2 kids holding it, however, or go ahead and tape it from 2 different ends, whatever you want to do. And then their goal is to get the verse in order from their team with these flags that are spread all across the room. So you can do it to where there's just a pile of them over to the side and they have to run and go get them, or you can just spread them all over and then they have to run all over to find them. So whatever works for you guys. to work on that memory verse. Feel free to play this one a couple of extra times if you do have time to do that. That would be a good one because this memory verse is so long for them to work on. Then you'll take this last activity, which is the prayer activity, take these circles again, and ask how God can empower us to show people on this list, for instance, that they matter, right? That they are important to God. And that's it for this week, guys. Thank you guys so much for all that you guys do. This week's secret word is circle. And so tell the word circle to me and you'll get entered into the prize. See you guys later.